What's up everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video, and this one's going to be pretty hype because Nintendo has announced their official E3 2019 plans, and guys, it's quite substantial. There's going to be a lot of great content here and a lot of games. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So Nintendo has announced its plans for E3 2019, which include two competitions featuring top players of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Splatoon 2 from around the world, a Nintendo Direct presentation on the morning of June 11th, and Nintendo Treehouse Live. Now here is a full overview of what's going to be going down for the E3 festivities. So you have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Splatoon 2 tournaments, the team-based Super Smash Bros. Ultimate World Championship 2019 3v3, and the Splatoon 2 World Championship 2019 tournaments will take place on Saturday, June 8th at the theater at Ace Hotel at 929 S Broadway Street in Los Angeles. Both events will feature players from North America, Europe, Japan, and Australia/New Zealand. The line for entry starts forming at 8 a.m. PT in front of the theater at Ace Hotel. Fans who want to catch the competitions in person can gain free entry after receiving an event badge in line on a first-come, first-served basis. Doors will open at 10 a.m. PT, and the competition is scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. PT. People who prefer to watch the competitions online can visit NintendoE3.com, the website, and Nintendo's channels on Twitch and YouTube, which I will be streaming it as well, so look out for that. Nintendo will communicate additional details about these tournaments at a later time. Now next up is Nintendo Direct E3 2019. This is the main show, guys. This is the big one, and this is what I'm most excited to talk about. You guys know how it is. So the presentation will begin sharply at 9 a.m. PT on June 11th. I repeat, 9 a.m. PT on June 11th. If you're somewhere else in the world, feel free to use the internet and convert the time so you know what time it starts where you live. Viewers can watch it by visiting the E3 Nintendo website. The presentation will focus entirely on software. We'll offer a look at games scheduled to launch in 2019, and we'll talk about that entirely on software, so don't expect some type of like system updates or anything like that to be going down at E3. Now the Nintendo Treehouse Live, and this is always really good, and sometimes we get new announcements of games at these Treehouse Lives. I want to remind you guys that Metroid Samus Returns was announced at the Nintendo Treehouse Live and not at the Nintendo Direct E3 presentation, so just keep that in mind, guys. So the live stream hosted by Nintendo of America's Treehouse staff right from Nintendo's E3 booth returns to give viewers a deeper look into select games, along with commentary by those who know the games best. People can view the live stream at the Nintendo E3 website. Additional details about Nintendo's Treehouse Live will be announced at a later date. Then we have the Warp Pipe Pass. So as always, Nintendo will have a variety of games to play at its booth. People who are attending the E3 2019 show can reduce the amount of time they wait in line for select Nintendo games by reserving a free Warp Pipe Pass, which will allow them to gain priority access in line during their designated time to line up and play. A Nintendo account is required to sign up and reserve a Warp Pipe Pass. Nintendo will communicate additional details and how and when to reserve a pass at a later date. And that's actually really cool, trying to tie it to a Nintendo account. But if I was going to E3, I would definitely do that. Now, the E3 2019 runs from June 11th to the 13th at the Los Angeles Convention Center, which is actually not too far away from where I live, about an hour or so. But at the same time, I don't really feel like going there and waiting in line, even with the Warp Pipe Pass. But here's the thing though, guys. This is absolutely hype. Let's talk first about the festivities. Let's talk first about the competitions. I love how Nintendo is bringing out some of these great players for Splatoon 2 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's super hype. So I can't wait to watch those competitions. And once again, like I did state, we will have those streamed right here on PlayerEssence, because it's always fun to do these tournaments and all that. I've streamed them before, and we've always had a ton of fun, gotten a lot of new people to come into the village here. So I'm really looking forward and happy that Nintendo is going to be doing the Super Smash Bros. And also Splatoon 2, highlighting the competition of their great big games. So next up is the Nintendo Direct at E3. This is the big kahuna. This is the big one, but they did say something that was very, very important here. they will focus entirely on software and offer a look at games scheduled to launch in 2019. So what can we expect from Nintendo in 2019? Well, you can expect Link's Awakening, right? That's a game that's going to be out there this year. You can expect Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's a game that's coming out this year. You can expect Luigi's Mansion 3. That's another game where we haven't had any more details since the original reveal back in a direct last year. And then you can also expect more on Daemon X Machina. You can probably expect more on Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You can probably expect more on Fire Emblem Three Houses. You can probably expect more on, Animal Crossing. Can't forget Animal Crossing. That's going to be there as well. So Astral Chain's going to be there. There are so many games that Nintendo has lined up for 2019. I can see why they're going to focus entirely on software games launching this year. We still need release dates, we still need new trailers, and they always talk about how it's going to be 2019 games, but I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe we get just a nice little teaser trailer, an actual first look teaser trailer at Metroid Prime 4, but I wouldn't be shocked or mad or anything like that if we didn't. Now, what other things could we see? Well, we could see Bayonetta 3. I think that could be a trailer. I know that's not a 2019 game confirmed at this point, and it seems more likely that it's a 2020 game, but maybe we get the first look at Bayonetta 3, or maybe they wait for that on a Nintendo Direct later in the year, the big fall Direct that they usually have around September or so. So I'm actually really looking forward to this. I think this is pretty cool. The Treehouse Live is always really good too. The Treehouse Live, they do a great job. I love how they kind of get in depth with the games and they show us the demos from the floor. It's just unparalleled. Nintendo's E3 experience is so good since they moved over to the new format. It's really interactive. It's really good for the fans. There's plenty of content all day. They're streaming, so all day you have stuff to watch. A lot of you guys are watching it while you're at work. I'll be streaming some of it, but I won't be streaming all of the Treehouse. I'll probably be playing a lot of games with you guys and just live streaming a lot, but not necessarily streaming just Treehouse. So we'll have the Treehouse on and we'll be talking about what they're talking about. But we're probably gonna be playing Smash Brothers and talking about the gaming news and kind of just going over various different things there. So I'm super excited. I'm super excited about this. But the Nintendo Direct E3 2019, it looks like it's going to be a banger this year, guys. It looks like it's going to be really, really good. I'm looking forward to also seeing quite a number of different things. I'd probably say my most anticipated games for this Direct, even though we've already got the reveal for Astral Chain, I just want to see more because it seems like they're not going to talk about anything till then. So Astral Chain is definitely one of those games that I want to see more of. We still need to see how the co-op works in the game. We still need to we have a release date, but we still need to see maybe some more actual regular gameplay footage of them kind of going through a mission. I think that would be kind of cool, kind of seeing the open-ended areas or how you progress, how do missions work, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have Platinum Games there, and they're going to have a Treehouse segment on Astral Chain. That game is shaping up and it's ready to go, man. August 30th, they knew the release date for the game as soon as they showed it off. So I think we're probably going to get a nice segment or multiple segments on that. I think Pokemon Sword and Shield, that's another game that I'm extremely excited for. I want to see what they do. Do they revamp the graphics in the game? Have they already started making tweaks since they first showed it? Because you have to remember, what they showed us back in February or whatever, whenever they revealed it, that was a build that was earlier. That was not the final representation of the game. That was probably a build from last year. It wasn't the most up-to-date. So have they updated it? What is the new look of the game? Are they going to show us some more of the NPCs and kind of what you can do and what makes Pokemon Sword and Shield a bit different from what we've seen before? So I'm really excited and interested in checking out that game, Pokemon Sword and Shield. I think that Luigi's Mansion, that's another game that we really haven't seen too much of, but we did get some gameplay footage, so I'm interested in that one. And then also, this would be the anniversary of Daemon X Machina when it was first shown off, right, at E3 last year. Now, we've had the prototype missions. Okay, do we get the release date for that game? And what do we see from it, especially after the prototype and they get our feedback? Do they have an updated build with all the different adjustments or a lot of the adjustments there? That would be really cool if they did, because then we can do the direct comparisons from what they showed off last year, which is pretty much the same thing what we got in the prototype missions, and what they have for us this year and when the game is coming out. So Daemon X Machina is another game extremely excited about, and I think that they're going to have some nice changes for us as well. So overall, looking really, really good when it comes to the lineup in 2019. A lot of cool games. They're probably going to show off Fire Emblem Three Houses and more details and all that, but I'm sold. I'm already sold on that game. I can't wait to see what else, but I'm thinking they're going to reveal some type of exclusive mode, right? Like you can play this type of mode online, or it's going to be like a pseudo online, like a pawns type of situation with like Dragon's Dogma, how you can kind of like rent out your characters or whatever, or your pawns. I think there's going to be some type of online interaction between you and another person with Fire Emblem Three Houses, whether it's co-op play, whether it's competitive play like they've had before, or some type of renting system with different heroes or different Fire Emblem characters. There's going to be something going down, and I think we're going to get the first reveal of that at E3 as well. Also, Animal Crossing. That's another game that I'm like, yo, like when are they going to show off some of this Animal Crossing? I think E3 is going to be the time that we get the first look at it, but I think some people might be disappointed because of the graphics of the game. I can already kind of see that happening. People are getting like upset because it's not like this crazy looking fur, realistic fur on people and all that. The grass isn't realistic looking enough, so I'm thinking that Animal Crossing might upset some people, but at the same time it's going to be a really dope Animal Crossing game like New Leaf or like Wide World Tour. You can take anywhere that you want and play. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Nintendo has a lot of games for this year, and I'm glad that they're really entirely focusing on just games and not worrying about any other type of stuff like that. So we'll see what happens, guys. I'm looking forward to this. So there's not going to be any new hardware announcements at E3 like they did state. So no Switch Mini or anything like that. I think we'll be getting that at a later time, probably just a video or just like a Twitter type of post and just say, hey, this is when it's coming. So we'll see. We'll see what happens overall. But I think that E3, this is the best way to do it, guys. Out of all the different companies, this is the best way to do E3. I absolutely love how Nintendo does it with the Treehouse Live, with the Nintendo Direct presentations, with the live gaming. This is just the way to do it. And it always brings out like the best when it comes to streaming and just getting new people into gaming. There's always people that kind of come through and have a great time during E3 with all the different content that's going on. So I'm excited about it. I'm hyped about what Nintendo is doing, and I think this is going to be one of their best, if not their best E3 in a while. So Nintendo's E3 last year was pretty good, and the year before was pretty good. Nintendo's been on a streak since the Switches came out. Nintendo's been on a pretty good streak of E3s. We've had 2 great ones in a row, so maybe the third time will be like, not the charm of the situation because the other 2 were good, but the third time could be the best one here in this case. So what do you guys think about all this when it comes to the E3 news? What are you most excited to see when it comes to games, and what reveals could we see from them at E3? I will put in one wild card reveal, guys. I think we're going to see Kid Icarus. I just think Kid Icarus is going to come back in some way, shape, or form, or we're going to see one of the games of like the dead franchise that Nintendo has, like F-Zero or Earthbound or something like that. I think we're going to see one of those, but I will be having E3 prediction shows, so at a later time I'll talk about that and I'll do a video on it. So what do you guys think about all of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for this RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.